Welcome to Service Drive Revolution and your Friday drive-by. A little something to think about going into the weekend, a little motivation. So today, I want to talk about how you can read your employees' minds. This is a magic trick that most people don't know. It feels sometimes like you have x-ray glasses on, like that you can see through people when you do this. And it really is a step in your leadership and your interaction with people more than anything else. So how can you read your employees' minds? And the first thing that you need to think about is people are telling you who they are all the time. We just don't listen, right? We have this weird thing as humans that we because we like somebody or because we're vested in somebody or because we're busy doing other things, we assume a social contract with people and we give them the benefit of the doubt and we don't pay attention to what they're trying to tell us. So let me give you a couple examples. Let's say you have an employee that creates a lot of customer heat or just doesn't treat customers how you want customers treated, right? They don't smile, they're not outgoing, they don't really care about customers, and maybe worse yet, they don't follow up, they don't quality control, they don't double check their work, they don't over communicate, or they don't listen, right? They don't listen to customers. So how would you read that employee's mind? Well, their actions are telling you they don't care about customers. They don't care about people. Maybe they're super introverted and they don't even like people. But we have them in a position that their job is to like people and take care of people, right? Let's take an employee that's late all the time. So what is an employee telling you by being late all the time? They're telling you that it's not important. That whatever it is, your morning shift meeting, work in general, it's not important to them. It's something they're doing for a paycheck, but it's not important to them because I'm early for everything. Why am I early for everything? Because it's important to me. I'm not going to do something that isn't important to me. And even if I do something that isn't important to me, I'm still going to be on time because it's a character issue, right? And so I go to bed a little bit earlier. I prepare a little bit harder. I plan for traffic, right? So reading an employee's mind when they're late all the time, they're just telling you that it's not important. What about an employee that's messy? You can read their mind. They're not disciplined, right? If their paperwork's really bad or their work area is messy, you can tell by the way they dress if they're messy. They're wearing a shirt that they pulled off of their floor that's wrinkled, that they've worn 3 times. It has never been laundered. And it has nothing to do with money or you know, how rich or poor they are. It's just how you carry yourself. And so your employees' actions are how you read their minds. They're telling you who they are by their actions. We just don't want to listen. And this applies to any part of your life, your kids, your spouse, your friends, everybody. It applies to everything. Now, here's the twist though. This also is a way for you to tell how you feel about yourself for 2 reasons. One is if you're a leader that attracts people that don't like customers, I could almost bet that you don't like customers. If you're a leader that's late all the time, I can almost bet that you attract people that are late all the time. If you're messy and you have no self-control and you don't care about your work area or the way you dress or the way you look, then you're going to attract those sorts of people. So most of the time, reading your employees' minds also lets me read the leaders' minds because leaders attract who they are and they usually won't set boundaries for things that they're not good at. And so it's important to understand that maybe you need to start showing up on time. Maybe you need to get your work area, your life, or your dress or your physical condition in order to then attract healthier people with a different mindset. So I know it's a little twist at the end and I'm turning it back on you, but it's food for thought. It's very constructive and it's big, it's heavy, but you can handle it. going into the weekend, think about that a little bit. You're attracting who you are. So I love that Dave Anderson thing when he says, if you tell me your employees suck, you suck because they're your employees. As a leader, you're responsible for who you attract and who you allow to work for you and not work for you. So you're allowing it. So that's how you read your employees' minds, by their actions. And it's also how you can tell what your self-image is and who you are by what you allow and the boundaries that you set. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again. Check out this preview of what's coming up on the big show Monday on Service Drive Revolution.
Next week on Service Drive Revolution,
we are going to talk about the top 5 career moves a service advisor can make. I think if a client ever said to me, like, I can do it in 10 minutes, I'd be like, do you want a job? Are you on TikTok? I went on TikTok.
And there's really no filter, which is really cool.
What would it take for you to get your tongue pierced?
It's not my thing.
The beginning of the midlife crisis. Thanks for watching this episode of Service Drive Revolution's Drive By. I hope it gives you something to think about over the weekend and inspires some new ideas and hopefully some new results. If you have any questions for the big show, go ahead and post them below in the comments. We'll be looking out for them and we'll answer them on the show. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when we post new episodes. I'm Chris Collins, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Chris Bulldog Collins. And I'll see you again on the next episode.